Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. We'll continue with the Gospel. We see here the whole thing, Sri Ramakrishna bringing out the essence of spiritual life. Through selfless work, love of God grows in the heart. This is what I was telling in the beginning of the last class. Through selfless work, because your heart has expanded. Selfless work is always a service done to people without differentiating between mine and others. With equanimity, wherever there is need, wherever there is access, he runs to help and serve. So, if not anything, the moment he comes to awareness, suppose somewhere earthquake is there, somewhere flood is there, his eyes are filled with tears. He just goes and prays, Lord, help them. He sees around, within his own community, within the house, within the ashramas. I heard about Vidyasagar Maharaj. Untimely in the shrine, a devotee sees him. The Swamis of higher status and caliber, they stick on to their timings very strictly. Highly disciplined life. So they will have a particular time when they go to the shrine, a particular time when they sit for meditation. In Belur Mutt, Madhvanandaji Maharaj was there, General Secretary in those days. And exactly at 6 o'clock evening, the windows will be closed. Morning at a particular hour, seeing these windows opening and closing, anybody can set his watch any day, any time. So this kind of perfection, Yatishmanji, somebody says, sees him untimed in the shrine, alone standing for a long time. And when he comes out, the devotee asks, what is this Swamiji you are in the shrine at this hour? He said, one of the brahmachari I saw, he has a small boil on his face. I thought it would disturb his meditations and his day-to-day activities of life. So I went to pray for it. See, I cannot do anything. I am not a doctor, but doctor of all doctors is sitting there in the shrine. So he goes there. His whole dependence is on the Lord. Maybe in those days, the ashrama might not be having funds to go to a doctor and take the treatment also. He has only one thing, to go and pray. God will send someone. A doctor may come on that day and seeing may give some medicine and go. Or some may come and give a small donation and go. That would suffice to take him to the doctor and get the treatment. Some arrangement will be done. But you see, where I cannot, there is a door open to pray. That shows your heart is expanded. You feel concerned about the people. And if where there is nothing is possible, you just offer it to the Lord to be taken care of with a sincere prayer, heartfelt prayer. So this is what we see here, Sri Ramakrishna telling, through this selfless work, the love of God grows in the heart. How the work and love of God are connected is your heart expands to certain level. There is a slit opening in the transcendental from where the grace descends of the God. Yes, yesterday class we saw Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mamu Priyatati. He is in some way, God is pervading everything. The more you love beings, more you are loving God indirectly. God is receiving that love. So, the God, you are in Satata, united with God, continuously in thought of God. When you are serving others, God receives that service and He opens and you start loving there. Love awakens for God. Oh, thank you, God, you have made me your instrument to serve these people. So the love begins. How the service takes you to higher levels of consciousness. Then through His grace, when love begins, the grace descends. When the grace descends, love begins. And when love begins, grace descends in a different way to take you to realization. As your heart expands, grace descends to make you love God. And when you start loving God, it takes another direction, another status, and you see something else happening. That is, you are moving towards realization. Through His grace, one realizes Him in course of time. Mother knows when to hatch the egg. God can be seen here with the authoritative assertion. He is telling God can be seen. One can talk to Him as I am talking to you. What an assurance, what a firmness, what a clarity, and what an inspiration for a sadhaka. Yes, my child, you can see God. You can talk to, I am talking to you. When we enter into spiritual experiences, you will understand how much unreal this world is. Till then, this world will be looking real. Thakur Sri Ramakrishna tells to Vivekananda, Hare, what do you think? I am seeing God in more clarity than I am seeing you now here in front of me. Then he, in another occasion, he says, seeing God, you will know that it is much more real than the reality of this world. I don't have a doubt that my book is in my hand. How clear and how true I feel it. But this looks false when I enter into that realm of higher consciousness. Oh, that was all dream. One existed and I was seeing many. When I go there, I will understand. When I see God face to face, I will understand. Oh, this is the real. The world that I was seeing was He in that form I could not see. I was seeing unreal in the real. Now I am seeing real in the real. The reality. Imagine what could be dream state and deep sleep, how it would look like. Waking state itself, in which we have all clarity, and scientifically minded people, when they ask what is the proof God exists, we wonder, oh, he wants reason. Where in that realm where reason doesn't apply, logic doesn't apply. Logic and the reasoning applies only in the world bound by time and space, constantly changing us. Every moment, everything is changing here. Everything is, whether it is altar or whether it is chair or it is man, time is working. All are moving towards destruction. Slowly, every moment of my life, I am moving towards the extreme old age and death. And what logic will work here when everything is constantly changing? No logic, no reason. When we enter into the transcendental realm, you will see unchanging eternal reality, where reason and logic, you will understand, it is constantly changing and unreal. Logic and reasoning is applicable in where there is no reality, there is no eternity, but time and space is working on it. So here we see that how the love awakens in the heart. Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Then through his grace one realizes God and one can talk to him as I am talking to you. As I am talking to you, you can talk to God and God will be answering you. You'll be seeing God in a more reality than I am seeing you. How it is related, you see, how Sri Ramakrishna is explaining. In silent wonder, they all sat listening to the Master's words. In silent wonder. Who doesn't wonder? Even a realized soul who has seen God, who God is God Himself, is talking to the man. What more proof is needed? What more thing is needed? Oh, just with blank eyes, blinking with wonder. Oh, what is that word? What is that realization? What is that freedom? What is that bliss? What is this peace which never ends, which never fails, which has no break? No, it's a continuous, unending ocean. It seemed to them that the goddess of wisdom herself, seated on Sri Ramakrishna's tongue, was addressing these words not merely to Vidyasagar, but to all humanity for its good. See here. The author of this gospel, what would have happened to his heart, who is recording this, preserving this, holding this in his heart, and revealing it to thee. How he is observing, what is his mental state, how God has formed him, how God has made that awarenesses in him, how he analyzes, how he observes. It seemed to them that goddess of wisdom herself, seated on Sri Ramakrishna's tongue, was addressing these words not merely to Vidyasagar, but to all humanity for its good. We must clearly understand this. What is he hinting at? He is hinting at every one of us. Sri Ramakrishna has come for every one of us, for everyone's sake. We have to open our heart and receive what is it telling. See, we are bound by some eternal unknown force which transcends this world of relative existence. At the root of our existence, even otherwise, we are one. The universal consciousness is one. The cosmic consciousness is manifesting through every body as individual consciousness. When you are in deep sleep, what you are is all, there is oneness, total oneness. There is no differentiation. We all move to that. At the root of our existence, we are one. We are projecting through every body as different. When we come to bodily level, we are different. I am different from you at bodily level. When I withdraw from waking state, dreaming state, to deep sleep, Sushupti, I see we are all one there. This oneness. And we have to understand that Sri Ramakrishna has come. We must completely have that faith. God has come in that form. And He is in fullness. See, one of the important Upanishadic messages which we are missing nowadays because of the excessive Advaitic influence of Vedanta. Vedanta is mainly identified with Advaitic Vedanta. There are bhakti schools of Vedanta also. Vedanta means end of Vedas. When you come to the Upanishadic knowledge as it is, without being applied to a particular philosophy, now Dvaitin have explained the same Upanishads in a way it is suitable for Dvaitic philosophy. Vishishtadvaita have utilized the same Upanishad to establish the Vishishtadvaitic concepts. The Advaitins have utilized the same Upanishad to establish their philosophy, the Advaitic philosophy. So, Upanishad is giving all aspects. One important thing we have to note here by reading in between lines is God, the impersonal absolute, which is beyond this universe, eternal, unchanging reality, what we call Brahman, is in its fullness, totalness, completeness. He is full and complete, total there. And with the same fullness and completeness, He is there in the universe as universe. Purnamada Purnamidam. That Purnatva, absolute fulfillment, completeness and fullness is there. Same absolute fullness and completeness is there in every jiva's heart as the Antaryami, the indweller. You as Atman, you are ever full, Purna. That Paripurnata, no type of abhava, no type of duality of Sukha Dukha. There is one bliss. So, this you will find that it exists. And same fullness and completeness is there as the Lord of the universe, the Ishvara. And with the same fullness and completeness, He exists as Avatara. There is no difference between Avatara and Brahman or Ishvara or the Antaryami. When we open our hearts, when we accept Sri Ramakrishna, we have to accept He is everything. He is my sarvasva. He is avatar of God. He is there in fullness. He is impersonal absolute. He is personal absolute. He is the indweller, Antaryami. He is the Lord of the universe. This acceptance must come in every one of our hearts as a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. The same thing applies if you are a devotee of Krishna. Feel that understanding of completeness and the paripurna. If you are a devotee of Rama, feel that they are all incarnations of God. So when we come to Sri Ramakrishna, and here we see this sentence, especially, it seemed to them, who ordinary people sitting around and listening, not only Vidyasagar, he is addressing Vidyasagar and talking. So many people are sitting around. From windows they are peeping, from doors they are peeping. The whole hall is full with people. And all these people are listening with wonder because he has transported every heart to another level of existence which it has forgotten this world of duality. They have forgotten their family, they have forgotten their time and space, they have forgotten their duties, they have forgotten where they are. They are just listening to the nectar words of Sri Ramakrishna and they are wondering if the thought, if hearing the words can transform, what would be the realization? What Sri Ramakrishna is speaking of. So, listening to us, it seemed to them that Goddess of Wisdom herself, seated on the Ramakrishna's tongue, was addressing these words not merely to Vidyasagar, but to all humanity for its good. So, there must not be any obstruction for our accepting Sri Ramakrishna, inviting him, awakening him in our hearts. So this total acceptance of Sri Ramakrishna as the avatara and my goal of life, my everything, mama sarvasva, that understanding must rise in our hearts. It was nearly 9 o'clock in the evening. Master had come with it's already 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the evening means it is quite night. It is 3 hours after the sunset. The master was about to leave. Master to Vidyasagar with a smile. The words I have spoken are really superfluous. You know all this. You simply are not conscious of it. There are countless gems in the coffers of Varuna, but he himself is not aware of them. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the words that I have spoken are superfluous because the content is within him. He is not aware of it. Sri Ramakrishna is reminding of the treasure within. He is reminding him. See, the thing is, on one side, he is utilizing Vidyasagar, just like Krishna used Arjuna to give the Gita. Wherever Sri Ramakrishna goes, he utilizes the occasion to address to the world, to give the message to the world. This is one part. And on the Vidyasagar's himself, you see, he is telling, it is you know you possess this. You possess it's there in you. It is there in you. I am just telling the words and you don't even know that it is there within you. So it is your content, You are that and you don't know. That because of that is already there. Whether I tell or not, one day you see that, you discover, because it's you and yours. At the beyond nature, it is there within you. If I don't tell also, one day you or the other you will come to know. Because of that, because it is already there in you as your possession, and you are being that, my words are superfluous. But the words are not going to be in vain, because it's going to make him turn inward to see that, and it is making everyone to turn within themselves to see their own treasure, what is within. The words have spoken really super. You know all this. This you is higher you. You simply are not conscious of it. Knowledge is different from being conscious of it. There are countless gems in the coffers of Varuna, but he himself is not aware of them. Varuna is the Jala Devata, Abhimana Devata, Jala, especially associated with the oceans. In oceans, so many varieties of gems are supposed to be there. And these things are the Varuna Devata, because it is his possession, he will never know. Just like a person has got so many good qualities, so much of knowledge, so many skills, he may not be aware. A person may be knowing very good way of singing, never tried, never uttered. On some occasion, somebody forces to sing, and sings and sees, wonders at its own possession, what he was possessing. Like that. You know all this, you simply are not conscious of it. Means know, you know means, if he knows, are you not conscious of it? He knows but doesn't know. An inner, its manifestation he is able to see. I feel compassion for the suffering beings. I do all the religious obligatory rites that I have to do. Lovingly and with great care and dedication I am doing. Then I know my capacity, I know my treasure. But I am not conscious of it because I have not seen independent of its manifestation. It is manifesting. My inner sattva is my inner atmic bala is manifesting as the perfect disciplined life. Lot of concern and love for others. It is something within he knows. He is not like an ordinary people like others. But consciously and aim to that, focused upon it, he is not aware of it. Vidyasagar, you may say as you like. You may say as you like. Vidyasagar with a smile. What can he say when all this has been told? Who knows every bit of truth? Does he not know what is the inner content of Vidyasagar? When a master, after telling all this, when master says, this one also, he simply have nothing to say. But he wonders, you may say as you like. We'll continue Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.